It's been 13 years since Deadwood ended, and we finally got our series finale in movie form. What's up, guys? Welcome to Movie Emporium's series finale review of Deadwood, the final conclusion to the 13-year trilogy, whatever you want to call it, of the Deadwood series. So this is a different review because this is, instead of doing like the TV series, I wanted to talk about the actual movie that just got released. And it's a movie that kind of wraps up everything, kind of finales everything, puts everything in a big bow, and just kind of gives us the conclusion to a series that I consider one of the best series of all time, which, of course, like I said, is Deadwood. And this takes place about 13 years after the original series. And of course, it took 13 years to get the series made, or the movie made, which is kind of funny. So, but the basic story of this movie is everything that happened in Deadwood has come back to affect the characters in this movie. And we still have Timothy Olyphant as the sheriff, Seth Bullock, who is a real life character. He is still the sheriff of the town. He's still in control, and everybody respects him, and everybody loves him, and everybody knows him. And of course, we have Ian McShane's character, who's playing Swearnigan. But Swearnigan is not as frisky and as corrupt and everything that he was in the original series. He is now basically dying of liver failure and all kinds of whatever diseases he has. Basically, his past is coming back to bite him in the ass, and it's really interesting to see him in this movie because he's frail. He's not like he used to be, and he is paying for his sins. And this whole movie is dealing with the fact of time makes fools of us all. Time is something that we can't not avoid. Death is something we cannot avoid, and so some of the characters in this movie that were in the TV series will, have are dying or will die in the series. And that is the fascinating thing about this movie. It's just it's it's taking characters that you love and putting them in scenarios that may not be, what they're used to being doing, and so on and so forth. And so we get the idea of South Dakota's becoming a state. The West is kind of falling apart. It's kind of turning into almost modern day America or early industrial America. So we get this character that's played by Gerald McRaney, who plays Hearst. And Hearst had a moment in the series where he was almost shot and killed by a character played by Paula Malcomson, who plays Trixie, who was a prostitute who kind of turned away from prostitution. Anyways, she almost killed him. So she's been in hiding this whole time, trying to stay low, and she has fallen in love with John Hawkes' character Saul, and they are having a baby, and he wants to get married, but she's afraid because she's afraid that if Hearst sees her, that she will be executed for what she did. But Hearst is basically trying to buy up all the land of Deadwood and do with whatever he's going to do with it. Turn it into profitable land. He's going to put in like telephone lines and kind of make it more modern than what it is. And he does some things in this movie that are despicable, and he's getting the town all against him, and it's just that's the kind of thing we're dealing with this in this movie. And there's other characters in this movie that we remember. Brad Dourif comes back. We have Molly Parker come back. We have Robin Weigert, who plays Calamity Jane, who won an Emmy for the role that she played. Anna Gunn comes back as Timothy Olyphant's wife, and their characters aren't super used in this movie, but the parts they're used in are to kind of wrap up their characters. Molly Parker's Alma had a relationship with Timothy Olyphant's character. It was kind of a secret love affair, and their characters are wrapped up when she comes back and she's there to help deal with the situation. And of course, Brad Dourif is a doctor, so he's doing his doctor thing, and there's not really much finality to his character, but it's fun to see him back. It's fun to see him interact with Ian McShane and Timothy Olyphant and all the rest of the characters in Deadwood. He's always one of my favorite characters in the show, so I always enjoy him coming back. But yeah, I mean, it's not a movie that you go into like off the bat. You have to watch the series to kind of understand where it's going. And if you like the series like I did, you'll really love the movie because it's just the same storyline. It's the same ideas and characters and everything that you really loved about it. And like I said, this was a series that brought Timothy Olyphant and Ian McShane out into the spotlight, and it's really interesting to see them now, much older, 13 years older, to see how things have changed, how they've grown as actors. Anna Gunn was, of course, in Breaking Bad. Timothy Olyphant was in Justified. Ian McShane has gone on to do stuff like John Wick. And it's really cool to see that they were able to get all these people back, because if you know stuff like Arrested Development, the 4th or 5th season, whatever season it was, they had to shoot every actor in different scenes at different times of the year, and they were never interacting with each other. And when they're able to finally get all the characters back, it just doesn't work as well. And here it works really well because everybody's back. Everybody that you love is back. It's just really nice to see. So, but like I said, David Milch is one of those writers, creators that has tried to do a million different things, and nothing has ever worked for him. Like look at Deadwood, look at Lucky. Lucky had the issue with the horse racing, and that show had Dustin Hoffman. But it's nice to see that they allowed him to finally end a series on a high note and give it some credence and give it some finality. And it's really cool to see it happen with Deadwood. And it's amazing. It took 13 years. It would have been interesting to see what would happen if it came out, 2 years after the series ended, if they had done the 2 movies like they were going to. But here, yeah, we finally get the conclusion. We finally get, some really cool storylines. And like I said, I wasn't expecting a lot of action. We didn't get a lot of action. We got all the characters we wanted back, and we got to see how their stories played out, for better or worse. So, but that's it. That's been my series review take on the Deadwood series as a whole. Like I said, if you haven't watched Deadwood, start from the beginning, watch it all. There's only 3 seasons plus the movie, so you really enjoy it if you don't have never seen it. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button at the top, find out what I'm doing next. Also, comment below if you have seen Deadwood. I'd be interested to know who your favorite character is. Like I said, Brad Dourif's Doc is my favorite character in the series. I do love Ian McShane's character. I think he's fantastic, and like I said, he was brought into the spotlight just because of this character. Yeah, so there you go. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much for checking out Movie Emporium. I really appreciate it. If you want to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification button and the bell at the top. Find out what's coming next for Movie Emporium. Also, check out these 2 videos. They're amazing. I think they're awesome. I think you'll enjoy them too. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.